Fabrizio Romano shares exciting updates on ESAC to Liverpool as the Ekitike deal progresses. Attention, Newcastle United receives the green light for a spectacular deal involving Darwin Núñez. Arsenal is now planning a £69 million bid to snatch Liverpool's target, while the Reds are focused on Ekitike. Hello, Reds fans! Come check out the latest updates from the greatest club in the world. Liverpool remains attentive to the situation of Alexander Isak and is ready to initiate formal negotiations if Newcastle United changes its stance and decides to open the door for a sale during this transfer window. The information was revealed exclusively by transfer expert Fabrizio Romano in his latest update for Give Me Sport. The Liverpool Reds have been investing heavily to strengthen a squad that has already conquered the Premier League. One of the major moves was the signing of Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen in a deal that could reach up to £116 million, potentially becoming the most expensive transfer in British football history. However, manager Arne Slot is still looking for additional reinforcements, especially in the attacking department. According to Romano, Liverpool held formal talks with Newcastle last Tuesday, trying to assess the possibility of signing Isak before the transfer window closes on September 1st. The club is reportedly willing to offer up to £120 million for the Swedish striker. Despite Newcastle's firm stance that the player is not for sale, with Isak under contract until 2028 and earning £120,000 per week, Liverpool remains vigilant. Fabrizio Romano emphasizes that the Reds board is determined to monitor the situation closely, waiting for any sign of a shift in Newcastle's position. In a recent update, the Italian journalist stated, "The ESAC story depends on Newcastle. At the moment, the club insists on keeping him, but if that changes, Liverpool will always be ready." Meanwhile, manager Arne Slot is evaluating other attacking options. One name gaining traction is Hugo Ekitike of Eintracht Frankfurt. The French forward is said to be interested in joining the Anfield side, and Liverpool is in advanced negotiations to sign him in a deal worth over £70 million. In fact, Newcastle had an offer for Ekitike rejected earlier this week. Despite the progress with Ekitike, Isak remains a top target in Merseyside. The expectation is that Liverpool will continue to monitor the situation until the window closes, eyeing a potential marquee signing ahead of the new season.
Newcastle United is reportedly considering a surprising move for Darwin Núñez amid a dramatic twist in their ongoing striker battle with Liverpool during this transfer window. This development follows a series of events that have stirred up the market. Earlier this week, journalist David Ornstein revealed that Liverpool contacted Newcastle to inquire about Alexander Isak, signaling their willingness to pay up to £120 million for the Swedish striker. However, the Magpies quickly responded that Isak was not for sale. That inquiry came just after Newcastle had a £70 million bid rejected by Eintracht Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike, a player targeted to replace backup striker Callum Wilson. Upon realizing that Isak wouldn't be released, Liverpool shifted its focus to Ekitike, a move that not only addresses their need for a forward, but also delivers a blow to Eddie Howe's transfer plans. With Liverpool taking the lead in the Ekitike race, Newcastle found themselves in a difficult position and began searching for alternatives. Initially, they turned their attention to Yoanni Wissa of Brentford. However, according to German outlet Bild, the Magpies are now considering a move for Liverpool striker Darwin Núñez. Team Talk followed up the report, stating that Núñez is available for transfer this summer, with Liverpool setting an asking price of around £60 million as they seek an upgrade in their attacking lineup. In addition to Wissa and Núñez, Naples' Victor Osimhen is also being considered by Newcastle as a potential attacking option. Interestingly, Núñez had previously been linked to Naples, but that deal was ruled out after the Italian club signed Lorenzo Luca. Journalist Fabrizio Romano confirmed the move and added that although clubs from Saudi Arabia have shown interest in Núñez, there have been no concrete negotiations with Newcastle so far. Finances could also influence the decision. While Liverpool is asking £60 million for Núñez, ESAC could be available for nearly half that amount. However, if Brentford loses Brian Mbeumo to Manchester United, the London club may resist letting go of another key forward. In this dynamic transfer window, the future of Darwin Núñez remains uncertain, with Newcastle carefully weighing its options in an increasingly competitive and strategic market. Liverpool has recently entered the race to sign Rodrygo, but it seems Arsenal is the one ready to take the first concrete step. The summer 2025 transfer window is already marked as historic for Reds fans, even if no new signing happens by the end of the period. The club stunned the world by investing £100 million in the signing of Florian Wirtz, breaking the previous record set by the arrival of Virgil van Dijk in 2018. Just like with the Dutch defender, there is a strong expectation among fans, and even among more neutral analysts, that the young German midfielder will become one of the Premier League's best players in the coming years. It's a historic acquisition that clearly demonstrates the club's ambition. Additionally, Arne Slot also addressed weaknesses at fullback with the arrivals of Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong. Liverpool further reinforced its aggressive market stance by submitting a £120 million bid to Newcastle United for striker Alexander Isak. Although the Magpies stood firm in their decision not to sell the Swede, the Reds didn't waste time and moved forward with their plan B. Even before receiving a definitive response, the club had already sealed a 6-year contract with Hugo Ekitike and is in advanced negotiations with Eintracht Frankfurt to complete the transfer. Meanwhile, rumors suggest that Liverpool also holds strong interest in Rodrygo, the Real Madrid forward. However, the club's current priority is finalizing Ekitike's arrival, which opens the door for Arsenal to make a move in the race for the Brazilian. Although a previous report had suggested that the Gunners had concluded their spending for this window, new information indicates otherwise. According to Caught Offside, Arsenal is prepared to make an initial offer of €80 million, around £69 million, for the signing of Rodrygo Goes, who is also a target for Liverpool and other European giants. The Brazilian's departure from Real Madrid is considered increasingly likely, especially after he started all club World Cup matches on the bench, a decisive factor for a player of his caliber who is seeking regular playing time. Rodrygo is coming off a solid season with 14 goals and 11 assists, establishing himself as one of the top forwards in the world. In addition to Arsenal and Liverpool, other clubs such as Manchester City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, and PSG are also monitoring his situation, making this potential transfer one of the most hotly contested in the European market. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you next time.